You know, it's really been amazing. The changes in the last 20 years in funeral service have been probably unlike the previous 50. People were used to, you know, you lived in the same town, you died in the same town, and you were buried in the same cemetery that everyone else was. We used to do the traditional funeral, casket, burial vault, with visitation and the funeral the following day. Now people are looking more to maybe a green burial is better for me, maybe cremation's better for me. Myself, of all people, am not here to say one way or another is better. You know, the traditional funeral adds a great deal of value for many, many families, but not everybody thinks that way. So again, it's important to have those options. It's important for you to make these decisions, if possible, ahead of time. Just come in and have a conversation with your husband, your wife, son or daughter, and make some of those decisions ahead of time so that when a death occurs, there isn't a big surprise, that there's already a plan in place to go forward with. When most deaths happen, it's a surprise, or at least they know it's coming, but they haven't planned for it. And we see families do things they didn't really think their loved one would want. We see them overspend, and it doesn't end up as good of a celebration of the person's life had they done a little planning in advance. The average funeral, I believe now in America, is upwards of $9,000, and many times, you know, I've seen go way over that. I've found that most of the people that are choosing green burial, it's for things, or for the reason much other than money, and that is returning to the earth. They don't necessarily believe in what we've known as the traditional form of burial in the last 30 or 40 years. It's all about a preference of returning to the earth and not disrupting the earth with vaults and caskets and things of that sort. And you're also seeing the change socioeconomically as well. Again, I alluded to it earlier, but the people don't necessarily see the value or want to make sure that, you know, when Grandpa died, we want to make sure that Grandma still has money to go on and to be able to live her life without putting her in a great deal of debt. So that I'm seeing a younger generation, specifically in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, you know, again, not seeing the value in the traditional funeral. So it's a younger generation. And then I also have the good old boys, the guys that have been around forever and ever and said, yeah, when I'm gone, just put me in the ground and, you know, put me in a pine box and let it be done, kind of thing. And I think it's wonderful. It's not just one group of people. It's a large amount of the society now that is at least inquiring about it.